Episode 2 of The Seeds of Death, like Episode 1, is a perfectly paced and very efficiently engaging Episode 2 of a six-parter of classic Doctor Who. The thing is, it's so often and that we see, and it's very easy to feel this way oneself, that these serials often feel padded out to the point of feeling totally nauseated. Well, The Seeds of Death, thus far at least, in episodes 1 and 2, superlative. I've always felt as though this is one of the best of the Second Doctor serials. It may be among... firstly, it's certainly among the best of the black and white era period, because I tend to think of Second Doctor as being a lot better than First Doctor overall. Even with the missing serials, you can tell that if they were available, that would be much better than First Doctor available serials. I mean, let's face it, like even something like Marco Polo, like do you think Marco Polo would be considered so legendary, one of the best serials, if it was all available? Probably not. It's fine. Like, people talk about how good the sets are. They are excellent, and Doctor Who didn't have sets that good, certainly for the period pieces, arguably ever again in the classic run. Maybe in the new run there's something there, I don't know. Although, as a piece of writing, no, Marco Polo is not that impressive. Come on, imagine reading the script. It's like, it's not that interesting, my goodness. Sorry for being heretical. Anyway, Seeds of Death 2. This would read quite well, but more it's the action, it's the Ice Warriors plus their Ice Lord. That's a cooler design than the Ice Warriors themselves. That character's fantastic. It's just a real... I described it as Quatermass-esque in episode 1, although the stipulation being it's set in the futuristic late 21st century rather than contemporary times to the production of the serial or film itself. In the case of Nightingale's Quatermass works. Seeds of Death Part 2, an excellent example with which Who ought to have followed if it were embarking upon six-parters. This is how you make each episode engaging. In my opinion, the free seven-parters that take up 3/4, that latter half, the last 3/4 of season 7, Pertwee's Third Doctor's first season, those free seven-parters are all extraordinary. In fact, I may even claim that Third Doctor is my favourite era in general. I love the kind of action figure nature of it. There's so many monsters and costumes and different props. It's real kind of science fiction action show at that time, and they're just throwing it all out there, trying to be as like eye-popping and kind of gratifying visually as possible, being so excited about the colour era. And while everyone talks about how great the Baker era is, they really mean the first 3 seasons, which is as good as the show got, arguably, although Baker era lulls for a bit, I would argue. And there's some good serials in there, like The Pirate Planet. But until, and this is contentious, the Douglas Adams era, it picked up a bit when you get... I'm one of those people who think City of Death is arguably the peak of Classic Who, and not only that, maybe the best thing Douglas Adams ever wrote. Like, City of Death is mind-blowing. City of Death is one of the most extraordinary works of television of all time. Anyway. And then the final season of Baker is... It's amazing how kind of horrified and dismissive and disdainful everyone became of John Nathan Turner afterward. Not without reason. And apparently he was kind of a sordid character behind the scenes, unfortunately. We didn't know this at the time, I imagine. But in the 80s... But I wasn't born in the 80s at all. If there's that funny passage, there's a clip of television interview with John Nathan Turner. You can look at on the 7th Doctor retrospective, which another channel has done. I might link it in the description. I can't remember what it's called. I saw it about a year ago. And there's got this clip where it's like, oh, John Nathan Turner, the Liverpool Doctor Who Society has just published this charter. John Nathan Turner has got to go. What do you have to say to that? And John Nathan Turner's on the phone, and this is just, they do an old television when they're on the phone. It's just like a photo of them smiling, but then the voice is like John Nathan Turner, probably not smiling, going, oh yeah, I think it's a bit of an overreaction. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where John Nathan Turner took the series arguably was questionable at times during the 80s, although his initial season the final of Baker's is one of the better Baker seasons. People talk about, I think that after Philip Hinchcliffe, the gentleman in between them, Graham Williams? Graham something. That era is not the strongest. The production's good. I do really like K9, but certainly the serial that introduces K9 is kind of dismal. But he has been utilized well. Like, the Sunmakers is during that era, I'm pretty sure. That's a classic. I quite like Underworld. The Invasion of Time I'm fond of. Armageddon Factor less so. Destiny of the Daleks is probably the weakest Dalek serial of the classic run outside of The Chase. And that's during that Douglas Adams era. Because Douglas Adams, he didn't get the thing that's true about Douglas Adams in Doctor Who is he did not get the Daleks. Them calling Davros Master and acting like robots, he wasn't enough of a fan of the show, or a loyal, dedicated fan, a devoted fan of the show to really get that. Anyway, we don't want to get busted for copyright, so let's end it here. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate it very immensely. We'll read up behind-the-scenes information next time, because I know some people seem to enjoy that. Although, in case that's not wanted at all, please comment letting me know. I would have stopped the behind-the-scenes information a while ago, although I did receive at least one comment saying, oh no, the commenter, and then I believe they mentioned their spouse as well, which is kind of hilariously fascinating to me. Honey, look, AOD's got a new retrospective up. Doctor Who, come on, let's just watch it. Like, alright, if that's it, like, I'm flattered, but like, my goodness, that's hysterical. In any case, I'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.